Hi everyone, welcome to First Pages. I'm Kristine Raymond. Today I'm going to be reading the first few pages out of my own book by Dawn's Early Light, which is a contemporary romance with a 4th of July theme. So I thought this is a good time of year to read it. And here we go. Shoot! Monica Russo glanced in the rearview mirror to see if 5-year-old Kimber noticed her slip-up. It seemed nothing got by her daughter these days, but luckily the girl was engrossed with her tablet, watching her favorite movie for what seemed to be the 100th time. Turning her attention back to the dashboard of the Chevy Malibu, she felt her heart sink as the red engine light flickered on, off, then back on again, glowing steadily. She didn't have time for a breakdown, or the money for that matter. She'd only owned the car for 4 days, having purchased it specifically for this trip. Living in Manhattan, she'd never had need for her own transportation, relying on the subway, taxicabs, and occasionally her own 2 feet to get her anywhere she needed to go. That was one of the great things about city life. Everything you could want was within close proximity. Though not a stupid woman, she'd earned her MBA from Columbia Law School at the age of 26. Monica was the first to admit she knew nothing about cars, aside from the fact that air went in the tires and gasoline went in the tank. She'd never even owned one and had been proud of herself when she'd driven out of the parking lot of Lanny's used cars. As thorough as she thought she'd been, asking questions about mileage and fuel consumption, she now knew that she'd been taken, most likely from the first moment she stepped foot on the place. The service inspection form that was lying neatly folded in the glove box had been embellished at best and completely fabricated at worst. But there hadn't been anyone she could ask for help, so she'd made the best decision she could. Too bad that now she and Kimber would suffer for it. Cursing fiercely under her breath, she started looking for an exit off of the interstate. Unfamiliar with this part of the country, she was relying solely on her GPS to get them to their destination. Unfortunately, the navigation unit only showed the distance until the next interchange, not how close she was to a town. The Chevy lurched, the gears of the transmission slipping, and she flipped on the turn signal, easing into the right-hand lane. Wanting to be prepared if the engine died, she reduced her speed and turned on the flashers. Impatient drivers behind her laid on their horns, giving her the finger as they passed. An 18-wheeler blew by, buffeting the car with its weight, causing it to rock. Growing more frustrated with each passing mile, she was thankful for the fact that Kimber was still focused on her movie. "Oh, great, now what?" she muttered, as a burnt sugar stench reached her nostrils. It was then that she noticed a highway sign indicating an exit. Come on," she pleaded. "Just 2 more miles." Hoping the exit would in fact deposit them in a town and not lead to another stretch of empty road, she slowly tapped the brake pedal, praying the engine wouldn't give out. Taking the exit, she kept the car close to the shoulder and drove for another 1/4 mile before catching a glimpse of a sign. "You are now entering the town of Celebration. Welcome." Monica snorted. "Like I really feel like celebrating." "What did you say, Mommy?" Kimber had turned off her tablet and was looking out the window. "Where are we?" she asked excitedly. Every new experience was an adventure for the precocious child. "I'm not sure, baby, but we're going to have to stop here and get the car looked at. I don't think it will go much further." At her words, the engine went quiet and the car stalled. With the loss of power, the steering wheel froze, and she both swore under her breath and said a blessing that they were going slow enough for her to coast off the road. Applying the brakes, she waited until they came to a complete stop before throwing it into park. Gripping the wheel tightly, she rested her forehead against it, hoping that whatever was wrong with the bucket of bolts would be an easy fix. She started her new job in Los Angeles in less than 2 weeks, and there were a million things to do before then. She needed to arrange with the moving company to deliver their belongings to the new apartment, enroll Kimber in kindergarten classes for the fall session, familiarize herself with the city. "Mommy, there's a man looking at us." Kimber's statement interrupted Monica's reverie. She snapped her head up to see that there was, indeed, a man peering through the driver's side window. I hope you enjoyed that snippet of By Dawn's Early Light. If you'd like to read more, I'll put the buy links in the description. This is the first book of the Celebration series. It's a trilogy of 3 contemporary romance novellas that take place in the fictional town of Celebration, and each one has a holiday theme. Thanks for watching. If you like First Pages, please subscribe. And until next time, happy reading!